Welcome in, everybody. It's been a weird day here. So, it's been an odd day. We targeted Illinois. It really didn't work out for us. So, now here's what I'm going to do here. I'm headed down to get in position for tomorrow's moderate risk across the Ohio River. We are south of Chicago. We're just south of Chicago by about maybe 40 miles. And I was like, hey, I might as well go live here since I'm going to be driving through some storms anyway. And if the storms look good enough, if the storms start to look good, then we'll go chase them. But as of now, I'm really just planning on driving for a couple of hours, getting down to where I want to be for tomorrow. But like I said, if the storms look good, then we'll go get some. If not, then we'll just chill here on the stream. We'll have some storms, some rain, some lightning, maybe some supercell structures, maybe some rotations. Nothing too noteworthy, but we should get some decent storms here. We should get some severe storms pretty soon here. I'm actually semi-interested in a couple of severe storms kind of headed towards the Champaign area. We'll have to see how those materialize here. But yeah, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. We're not really storm chasing right now. We're just kind of driving and just trying to get to our other... We're trying to get into position. I'm trying to get down into kind of the southern half of Illinois. Trying to get down into the southern half of Illinois so I can get into position for tomorrow's risk across the Ohio River Valley. And you can see here we're going to be in position for some supercells there. We're going south kind of towards Champaign. Look at that. We're going to have some supercells, some embedded line segments up here. This truck is like going the same speed as the car in the left lane and not getting around anybody. Whoa, buddy. Don't do that. Oh my gosh, what is that noise? Something is flapping everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that noise here. I'm gonna pull off on the next exit. I just tried to fix the noises, and I fixed some of them. I had some weird noises going on. Oh, hold up, guys. Some of these severe thunderstorms have 2.75-inch hail reported on them. So, as far as hail goes, these things are no joke. Tornado-wise, not quite really what we were kind of expecting today, but sorry about that noise. Let me pull off in a few minutes here on this next exit, and I'm going to get that taken care of here. In this next little town, we'll pull off and we'll get that taken care of. But guys, we're just streaming here for a couple of hours as we drive around these storms here. We should have some good lightning. Maybe we'll get a good sunset. Maybe some good storm structure. I'm not really expecting tornadoes, but there's an off chance these storms try to become tornadic and then we can go chase them. So maybe it'll turn into a storm chase. Right now, it's not what I'm anticipating, but you guys never know here. You guys know how it is. The weather does weird things. So today was really kind of mostly a bust, though, for Chicago area. There actually are some strong storms getting going near Chicago right now. Those are just hailers, nothing tornadic. It looks like to me. But I'm I'm just headed down and to get a hotel for the night with Connor Croft. We're gonna split a hotel, and we're gonna get into position for tomorrow's chase here. So hopefully I have good internet here on this interstate. I'm on whatever interstate is between Kankakee and Champaign and Effingham and Mount Vernon, Illinois, whichever interstate that is. What is it, 53, or maybe that's the other one. But tomorrow, guys, I'm gonna fix that right up here. Tomorrow, crap! I passed my exit. Dang it! I missed the exit. Okay, this next town's gonna have one, so that's okay. But tomorrow, guys, looks like it could be a big day. There's some storms over there. Tomorrow looks like it could be a big day. Tornadoes, wind, hail. I think tomorrow should be a high risk for wind, maybe a moderate risk for tornadoes. Maybe if enough data comes in, it looks good. Maybe I think that high risk for tornadoes could be warranted. But tornado warning now to our south. We're out of position for this guy. So maybe we're way out of position for this. We got to get all the way south of Champaign. Dude, we're like 80 miles away from this tornado warning, of course, but I don't know if we can get there by the time it gets over to Champaign. We maybe could. We could maybe get there right as it's getting towards Champaign if it still wants to keep its act together. We could get there for sure. But first I gotta get this noise fixed on the side of this car. We'll see if this storm near Decatur, north of Decatur, will stick together or not. To be honest with you guys, the whole line is kind of looking like a mess. So that tornado warned supercell near Decatur, Illinois looks pretty good right now, but I have a feeling that by the time we get to it in about 45 minutes to an hour, it might not look the same. We'll have to see, I guess. But that line is really kind of merging a bunch of different storms together there. So I'm gonna take this exit. I'm gonna fix that little noise that we have going on. We have a little storm. We have a little cell to our west, a couple of them. Little town, Ashcombe in Pontiac, Illinois. I love these little towns here in Illinois. I know I said that a lot on my last Illinois stream. I really like a lot of these little towns. I think that they have a charm to them that there's some lightning. I think these little towns have some charm to them that a lot of towns in this area don't quite have. Okay, so we'll pull off right here, guys. Let me pull off right here, guys, and we're gonna get this sound taken care of here. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I thought I fixed it, but I only fixed part of it. Alright. It should be fixed, so let's get back onto the interstate here. So just in case one of these supercells goes bonkers, we're there for it. I want to just go straight. I don't really have a... Right here. There we go. But we're gonna get some storms here. Gonna get some storms here. definitely these storms are very high based still, even at 7:38. So the reason why these guys are high based as well, because the temperature and dew point spreads are quite large today. So that means that your temperatures are high, and even though your dew points are pretty high, the spread between the temperature and the dew point are quite a bit. So that makes it to where your storms oftentimes will have a higher base because they're struggling to get moisture. Your storms are struggling to get moisture, so they'll have a little bit higher of a storm base, which a higher storm base obviously is going to mean a lower chance for a tornado, because it takes more for your tornado to reach the ground, obviously, if your storm base is a lot higher up into the air. Let me look at some chat here while I'm just driving. Guys, thank you for tuning in here. I'm sorry about the wait here. It's a little bit of a bust here, but we're still going to at least stream a little bit of something here. But, sorry, I cannot think straight. I got like 2 hours of sleep. I literally got 2 hours of sleep last night, so I'm pretty exhausted. I'm excited to just get to a bed tonight and just sleep. I slept in the car last night for a couple hours. I don't mind sleeping in the car, but it is a little bit tough when it gets moist outside. A little bit tough when it gets moist outside. When it's cooled off outside, or it's raining or something and the air's a little cooler, it's not so bad. But let's see. Yeah, dude, there's tornadoes up in Wisconsin. Honestly, that's where, in hindsight, I should have been in Wisconsin. Oh well, can't do anything about it now, but I should have went up to Wisconsin. Don't know what I was thinking with the Illinois play here, but the sun is already setting and it's not even 8 o'clock here. I wonder if just because out here, I wonder if it's just because out here you have you're in the very far east part of Central Standard Time. So I guess if you went like an hour to our east, it would be like 8:45 right now, and it would still be light. Yeah, but I don't know if you guys can tell. You guys could probably tell that I'm tired. I'm sure you can tell that I'm not as energetic, and I don't know, what's the word? See, I can't even think. You probably can tell I'm not as excited or energetic today. I'm exhausted. Looking to get some good rest tonight. I'm hungry. I'll try to find a healthy dinner. I don't know, maybe, or at least semi-healthy. I guess it's impossible to eat out and have. Well, it's not. I mean, I guess I could grab some. I could grab some plain burger patties from McDonald's. So I just am eating protein, just ground beef, and then maybe I could stop by a Love's or a Casey's or something and find some like fresh fruit. So it's definitely possible. I'll probably eat a good dinner when this stream is over, and then. Probably eat a good dinner. I'll eat a good healthy dinner. I'll get some rest, guys. I got some melatonin. I'll get to the So, you know, guys, I'm just exhausted. I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully I can get to a hotel tonight, you know, sleep for a good 8 hours. I want a good 8 hours of sleep. I'm not the kind of person who sleeps for a long time. Some people could just sleep for like 10, 12 hours in a row if they're uninterrupted. For me personally, I think my sweet spot is, I really think my sweet spot is 6 to 7 hours of sleep. So I know not everyone's like that, but that's my sweet spot. Since I'm extra tired today, if I got like 8 hours, then I think that'd be perfect. But my sweet spot is 6 to 7. Usually my body won't let me really sleep much longer than 6 hours or so, maybe 7, unless I'm really, really beat, which today I'm really, really beat. I'm really tired, so my body will probably let me sleep a little bit longer. You can see here we got our sunset going off to the west here. We're approaching storms in our general direction to the west as we go down this interstate here and we get closer to Champaign. I don't know if we're going to quite catch that tornado warned storm, and we could catch that storm, but the problem is by the time we catch it, it may be ingested into a line to the point where it's not going to be super cellular anymore. So we're just kind of just driving. If you're just tuning in, we're just kind of driving down the interstate here kind of towards Champaign and Effingham, Illinois. We're south of Chicago now, south of Kankakee. Am I pronouncing that right, chat? Kankakee? But guys, chat, I'm exhausted. So here's the deal. Last night, you guys know I went live for a while, and then I went ahead and tried to go to bed. I was planning on sleeping from like midnight to like 5 or 6 a.m., you know, getting a solid 5 hours of sleep or so. But at like 1:30 in the morning, I just could not sleep. So I just decided to start driving at like 1:30 in the morning. And I ended up just, you know, driving, obviously. And I car camped in like Rolla last night. And I got a couple hours of sleep there, but it wasn't much. So, just tired, guys, but we're chugging along here. We're chugging along. Dude, I wonder if YouTube cooked my algorithm because I started doing other kinds of live streams. I don't know. I think it might have. I don't have a ton of viewers right now. It might have cooked me. We'll see, though. I need to figure out how that YouTube algorithm works. I may not do those live streams anymore, or I may move them to a different channel, actually. That's probably what I need to do. I'm probably going to move those live streams to a different channel, or just make, like, videos. Like, make a video. I haven't decided yet what I want to do. But I do want to do stuff like that. So, I'm going to make a new channel, guys. How about my stream tomorrow? I'll have a new channel. I'm going to do all my live storm chases on this channel, but I'll make a new channel to do the other stuff. I might have a new channel there on in my description tomorrow. So right now we're headed down. I don't even know what interstate we're on. Why does my thing say I'm in Joplin, Missouri still? I think it needs to update. I'm not, if you're just tuning in, I'm not in Joplin, Missouri. I think my real-time IRL app or whatever needs to update here. It's not updating. If it doesn't update for like a little bit longer, then I'm going to start thinking that something went wrong. But what's up, Elaine, Astra, Sasky? How's it going, Sasky? Skystar, what's up? USA Forever, how's it going? Dallas Epperson, Benny Dubs. How's Fort Smith looking on Saturday? Dallas, I think Fort Smith Saturday, you're gonna have to watch for some thunderstorms, man. You're gonna have to watch for some storms. Although I'm not too worried about anything, to be honest with you. I worry more about Fort Smith probably Monday, Tuesday, maybe. Monday, Tuesday, maybe late Sunday night, but. I may not meet up with Connor. We'll see. It just depends, guys. It just depends. Depending on what the models look like over the next hour or so, Connor's going to decide what he wants to do for the night. But I think it sounds like we're going to end up meeting up tonight, but we'll see. I do miss chasing with Connor. Those were some fun times. We'll end up chasing together again at some point. For sure. Yeah, dude, but I don't know. We're not pulling a lot of viewers on this stream. I'm not one to complain. I don't like it is what it is. It's I can't really control it, obviously, but I'm wondering if it's because I did a different kind of live stream, and that kind of live stream doesn't attract as many viewers and as much as these ones do, or maybe it's just because there's, I don't know, if Max Velocity's live and some other people like that, then maybe they're taking the viewership there. So I don't know what's going on here. Definitely don't push yourself if you're feeling tired. Yeah, Sasky, the good news is where I'm planning to stay tonight, I'm only about an hour and a half. I'm about an hour and a half away from where I would want to stay. So I promise I could push myself until 9:15, 9:30. So not sure what but my husband watching for he's heading home a couple days from Wisconsin. Hey, Elaine, let me let you know exactly what highway I am on. I'm on I-57. So I'm on I-57 just to the north of Champaign, Illinois. My stream still says Joplin, Missouri. I don't honestly. Joplin, Missouri, great. We just disconnected. But yeah, hopefully Max is always live. Yeah. Don't worry, guys. Tomorrow I'll be on Max's stream with a big old hog in front of me, a big old tornado. Hopefully, that's what we're hoping for. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie. These storms are just a big line. I'll show you guys here. So, we do still have a tornado warning there north of Decatur. We have a tornado warning to the north of Decatur. I'm that blue dot to the north of Champaign on I-57 here. And right now, like, this line is really weakening. So I'm not really expecting this line to do much for us, but we're gonna be there just in case. Because you never know. But we could get a nice storm here in the next hour or so, 30 minutes even probably. But you never know, guys, so we're going to watch it just in case here. And then, hey, if something good happens, something good happens. If it doesn't, guess what? It doesn't. So, We'll have to see here. We'll just have to see, guys. I made a little bit of an improvement to my stream, y'all. So now, whenever I lose internet connection, I'll have a little video that plays, and it'll say like, "Hey, bad connection," you know, service back soon or whatever. So that's a nice upgrade, because I'm sure the other day when I was when I had no internet connection for about an hour, I'm sure people were confused. They're probably like, "What is going on? What is going on?" But hope everyone is doing good on this Thursday evening. The work week is almost over. For those of you guys who, I guess, work a traditional, work week, I guess if you have to work on the weekend, it's not, but hopefully you're getting paid extra. If you work on the weekend, hopefully you're getting a little bit of a stipend for that. I know some places do that. I got a buddy who works at Menards, and I know that he gets a stipend for working on the weekend versus the weekday, or a weekday. So guys, let's turn this into like a hangout here. So we're just gonna hang out here. Eventually we are gonna get into some storms, I promise. We're gonna see some storms. We're gonna get some heavier rain. We're gonna get some lightning. We're maybe gonna get some storm structures. We just gotta get through here. Ben, your instincts are usually correct. Yeah, Elaine, my instincts weren't correct today. We weren't on the tornadoes today, but to be fair, I guess not. The tornadoes up in Wisconsin, there was one tornado in Wisconsin that was a really good tornado, but no chasers were on it. Some people from, just a bunch of farmers were taking videos of this tornado, and it was a nice tornado. I would have loved to be on that. But, I can't be too mad at myself when no one else forecasted it. So, nobody else was up there, so, they must have saw the same stuff I did. But there were some tornadoes down in central Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin, and they seem to be relatively, no, there was a couple stronger ones. A couple of them were relatively weak, but guys, the strong tornado risk extended all the way down in northwest Indiana and northeastern Illinois, and it for the most part has busted. Actually, it's completely busted. There hasn't been a single tornado down here in Illinois. Wisconsin, it definitely did verify, though. Vince was on the tornado today. Yeah, Vince and maybe Freddie, I'm not sure. Someone can double check that, but Freddie might have been on it. There's a really strong tornado, but it was really rain wrapped. I was looking to see if I could see any videos of it. I wanted, I was looking on social media. I was like, okay, are there any videos or pictures of this tornado? And I couldn't find any. So it must have been really rain wrapped, but I did see videos of the damage, and the damage looked to me like EF3, EF2 to EF3. So definitely a strong to intense tornado in Wisconsin. There are too many chasers, and it keeps. Yeah, Elaine, that's how it goes. That's how it goes, Elaine. But I'm trying to rise to the top. You know what? I think I have what it takes, so I'm gonna rise up to the top. Getting to the top would be pretty difficult. But I'm gonna rise up there in the the vicinity of the top. Just watch. We're gonna do it. Because you know what? If you got a dream, if you truly do your best, then you cannot fail. That's what I truly believe. If you try your best, if you really try your best, you won't fail. But we're gonna make it, guys. We're gonna make it. Just wait. After this week, I'm gonna intercept a couple of legendary tornadoes this week, and my name will be right on the map there. Vince went into one of the towns hit, and he said the high end EF1 were he. Okay, yeah, high end EF1. Yeah, it looked like EF2 to me. I mean, the damage I saw from like Jordan Hall saw like EF2 maybe. we'll see what happens with these storms as they move into Indiana and they move into Michigan. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not too confident. I'm not too confident they're really going to do a ton. We'll see. Dude, right now the storm that I just passed is looking a little interesting. Well, if it can turn right, I don't know if it's going to turn right. We'll see. Dude, I swear to you, if that storm turns right and does something up to my north, I'm going to be kicking myself. We still have a tornado warning here. There still is a tornado warning. We're headed towards the tornado warning. The tornado warning is just south of Champaign. We're going to try to make it, guys. We might just be a little bit to the north of this thing. But we're going to try and make it down there. We'll see here. But just to the south of Monticello, to the south of Cisco. Why does my stream still say I'm in Joplin, Missouri? That's not correct. I'm not in Joplin, Missouri. I'm not there. No, I'm not in Joplin, Missouri. No. Guys, I'm tired. I'm not talking as much as usual. You guys probably can tell I'm exhausted here. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you're just now tuning in, we're not in Joplin, Missouri. We're actually on I-57 towards Champaign, Illinois. We're trying to get to this tornado-warned supercell down here. So we're not in Joplin, Missouri. My live location is not updating correctly. How did my exam go the other week? Sasky, I passed the exam and I passed the class. It wasn't pretty, but I got it done. I didn't pass by much, but I passed, which is what really matters, because I think about half of the class passed. So that means half the class has to either take the class again in the future because I didn't pass, or some of those kids are probably just going to end up dropping out of school. I mean, that's how it usually goes, but I'd say about half the class passed. Dude, I don't know what is going on. Let me fix my location. I want to see what is happening to my location. Sorry guys, my like location is broken. I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to fix my location here. I'm gonna attempt to fix this location here. Oh my goodness, what a nightmare. Oh, we just gotta. Dude, my like tablet will not like physically connect to the like hotspot I'm running. It's like deep, so odd. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's being weird. It's being weird, guys. I have 4 bars of service. I don't know what's going on here. I have plenty of service. Oh, dude, the Super Cell actually looks better now, a little bit. Okay, so now those storms are fine moving into Chicago there. The south side of Chicago is getting some stronger storms now, finally. What's going on? Maybe I need to restart this iPad and just it should be connected, I think, but it doesn't feel like it's connected. Technical difficulties, there's always some kind of issue, isn't there? That's how it usually goes. But if you're just tuning in, I'm not in Joplin, Missouri. I'm in Illinois. I'm headed down towards Champaign, towards this tornado warning to the south of Monticello. Headed into far eastern Illinois. If this storm keeps looking good, we'll keep chasing. It looks like it's kind of separated itself from the line here. Looks like it's trying to become more of a tornado producer as we speak. See if I can catch this guy. You know what? I think I can catch this. I think I will catch this tornado warned storm here. Now, before I catch this tornado warning, I'd love to get my location correct. I'd love to get my location correct and my radar back working. Okay. Okay, we should be connected now. We should be connected to the hotspot. Let's see here. Okay. We got our radar Omega up. Well, guys, we're gonna hook slice. We're gonna blast right through the storm. Hopefully, we don't get too bad of hail on this thing. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't look like the hail would be that big. So, it says an inch of hail, an inch in diameter. Sorry. right, guys, here we go. We're approaching this tornado warned supercell down towards Monticello. It might, hopefully it's not dark, of course. You know, of course it probably would be dark by the time we get on it. But it looks like we still have some daylight left. We still have another half hour maybe of daylight here to spare, hopefully. Maybe not, but we'll see. But I'm blasting down towards the supercell. It might beat us. It probably will. I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. Maybe if this storm was like 10 miles to the north, I'd feel very confident. It's about to get a nudger too. It's probably gonna, honestly, this thing is probably gonna produce near Pesotto. Honestly, like I really think it probably will produce. It's gonna nudger on its backside too. So we'll have to see. Oh, we can get on this thing in like, we can get on this thing in like 25 minutes. That might be too late. 25 minutes, that might be just too late. Or that could just be right in time. We might get on it kind of like right as it's, let's see, what's my route to Philo? Maybe Philo's the route that we want to go. Because that'll be a little bit to the east. It'll give us maybe a little bit more time. 31 minutes to Philo. Oh, well, I have to take the same route through that area anyway, so. Guys, I'm just going to head down towards, whoa! That was some crazy lightning right there. I'm just going to head down towards, Pesotto, I think. Pesotto, that's how you pronounce it. Might have to do a little bit of, yeah, okay, I'm just going to have to blast through. I have to do a little bit of core punching here. We're about 25 minutes away from this. We're about 25 minutes away from getting under this storm. We might be able to see the storm within the next 15 minutes, but we're about 25 minutes from actually being under it. So it'll probably be right at dark when we get there. So right at dusk. Well, it is dusk right now, so it'll be probably right as it's getting dark. Guys, we're blasting down to this tornado warned a supercell just to the south of Champaign, Illinois. If it says I'm in Joplin, Missouri, that's wrong. I'm not in Joplin, Missouri. Hey, hey, Sasky, thank you for the one gifted membership. Thank you so much, Sasky. Guys, I lowered my membership cost. So the membership cost is only $2 now. That's less than a soft drink. $2 a month is less than a soft drink, so it's no longer $5. There's a $5 option and a $2 option. The $5 option is going to be deleted soon, but make sure if you want to become a member or you want to gift a membership, make sure to press the $2. So don't get those confused there. They both are called Doppler Gang. The Doppler Gang. They kind of named it after the Doppler radar. Dude, I'm telling you, this storm might produce a tornado here soon. It's going to have a chance. It's getting a nudger on the backside. I don't know if we're going to get there in time, guys. But we're hurrying. We're hurrying down there, that's for sure. But we're not obviously like, we're not, you know, dangerously getting down. Like no storm is worth driving reckless, of course. But we're going at a pretty decent speed here. And it helps to have this interstate right here, because the speed limit on this interstate is 70, where if we're on a highway, the speed limit's going to be 55, and it's going to have a lot of turns and stops and all that. So since we're on an interstate, we might actually catch this thing. We'll probably have to slow down as we go through Champaign. But it's getting dark here. It's going to be dark here in the next 20 minutes. So right now, guys, we're about 15 to 20 minutes away from really getting a view on this tornado warned supercell. But if you're just welcoming in, we're headed towards that tornado warned supercell down there. It might be dark. We're gonna have to maybe chase this thing a little bit in the dark. Elaine has been in the Doppler gang for 1 month. Shout out to Elaine for the 1 month in the Doppler gang. We can see some light. You guys can see the lightning starting to really pick up there. But guys, make sure to like the stream. It's free. All it takes you is just the click of a button. It's free. It helps my algorithm out, guys. Helps YouTube push my stream to people that would be interested in watching this kind of stuff, or who might be in the path of these tornadic storms. Okay, this storm, it's starting to kind of. Okay, we'll see if it wraps up. I don't know. It might the nudger might be kind of taking it over instead of helping it produce. We'll see. Guys, of course, the storm is almost away from the tornado warning at this point. But we are blasting south towards this tornado warning supercell. Might get some small hail soon, guys. We might even get some small hail. It looks like they might let this tornado warning expire. They may let this expire here. We'll have to see. They may let that go ahead and expire. Whoa, nice lightning there. I'm also interested in seeing what the models do for tomorrow. We'll have to be careful not to hydroplane. It's always a danger out here. My tire tread is getting a little bit low on the front. My back tires are great. They have plenty of tread. My front ones are getting a little bit low. Like, they're obviously fine to drive on, but in the conditions it could get a little interesting. Storm is rotating, guys. We're gonna get a look at it here soon. It doesn't have very strong rotation right now, I'm gonna be honest. So we're gonna get a look at it soon. We got some road work up here. Just we're gonna blast right through the core on this thing, guys. It might beat us to the interstate though. Man, it looked like it was trying to produce a tornado when it got that nudger, and then it really kind of gusted out. Now it's outflow dominant. Now it's outflow dominant here. But we'll see, guys. If it doesn't look very good, I'm not going to follow it east much. But if it looks good, I'll keep following it east. Now here we go, we're getting into the storm now. This one that goes way down here to 45 miles an hour. Wow. Okay. It's dusk, and you have the glare from the lights on the street, and then you have the glare from the road, other cars, windshield wipers. It's not easy to see. The exit right here is closed. That might have been my exit to get onto the better route that I wanted to take, but it was closed, so I'm going to take this one. Location is correct. And then I'm in Champaign, Illinois. Hopefully, Champaign earlier today. We're gonna have to get through this storm here. It's still got some rotation on it. It's no longer tornado warned, but it could become tornadic again at some point. We just got to blast through this rain core here. Another 10 miles here. Got to blast here, and then we'll get back onto this thing. So hard to see this time of day. With the rain, the daylight is waning. This is the worst of the day when it comes to visibility. Wind is really picking up too, so that's working against us too. Alright guys, we're less than 10 minutes away from getting a view of this storm. We're less than 10 minutes here. We're gonna try to get a view of this thing. We're gonna have to punch through some hail here, and wind and rain. Woo! That wind is pushing me. Whoa! Gotta blast through the supercell to get to the goods. We gotta get through the very easily, but we're trying to get onto this storm here. I don't know if I can make it, guys. I don't know if I can make it in time. No. The storm is weakening. It's moving faster. I have no visibility now, so I'm gonna play it safe. I'm not gonna try to punch through this for a storm that's not producing a tornado. The tornado warning is gone. So the tornado warning has lifted. I mean, the tornado warning has expired. Man, there's a lot of water on the road. I'm really, car is hydroplaning just a little bit here. Ooh, never do that. Never park under the bridges like that. Guys, I'm looking at models for tomorrow here. I saw a picture got sent to me, and it looks big time, but right now we're not gonna focus on tomorrow. We're gonna focus on driving here in this messy weather. But I got sent one picture, and I glanced at it quick, and it looks pretty crazy, so. It's right about tomorrow, and it's gonna be a doozy, so get ready. Whoa! Big lightning. Drive in these kind of conditions, you cannot see a thing. You literally cannot see a thing almost in front of you. See where? Okay, guys, I have bad news. Our super cell died, so that's good news. This storm is dying, so I'm not really going to go for it any longer here. I'm just going to let it pass over me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's dude, all the water from the road is getting lifted up. Whoa, that one was right in front of me. Oh my goodness. All the water from the road here is getting wafted up into my viewing, or my sight here. Oh my gosh. Another one right there. And that one wasn't quite as close, but my goodness. Definitely made me jump a little bit there, so. Yeah, but this storm is done. This storm is done for, guys. It's dying. If you can see it on radar, it's literally dying. Wow, it's done. it had good inflow on it. It looked like it was going to try and produce, and then it just went outflow dominant. We might get a nice look at the storm from the backside of it. New tires on my front. My backs are fine. I should have got some new front tires, but it'll be okay. I just got to take it easy, you know, when I'm in water like this. But whoa, there we go again, another big hole. Guys, maybe I'll try to get, my front tires are definitely a little bit worn. I can get away with driving on these tires. You know, when it's dry, like it's no problem. My grip is perfectly, but whenever you get inches of water on the ground, it gets a little rough. So maybe tomorrow morning, if I'm in a good position tomorrow morning, I might try to get some new tires. Maybe I might get a couple new front tires, you know. Oh, here we go. We got the backside of our storm here. You can see the backside of the storm, but it's dying. Our storm is definitely on its, I mean, the storm might not be on its way out, but the tornado potential is on its way out. That's for sure here, so. The rotation would have went right over this area about 10 minutes ago. So. Should be getting into some drier conditions here as we head south. It's so cool outside. The temperature, guys, the temperature today got up into the mid-90s. That's actually pretty insane. The fact that Illinois is getting into the middle 90s and in a what day is it? May 16th, May 17th. Alright guys, I'm starting to kind of get out of this rain a little bit. Look at these clouds. These are some pretty cool clouds right here, guys. I'm starting to get out of this rain just a little bit here. We got our storm updraft. I'm going to pull off and How about this? I'll pull off for like 5 or 10 minutes here and we'll watch our storm updraft as the sun completely goes down. We got a rest area maybe up here. We can pull off and find a spot to look at this. We can look at our storm. Sorry about that. Hold, give me a second. Sorry about that noise, guys. Just opening the window, getting some fresh air in here quick. And maybe a couple of mosquitoes out of the car. there is maybe we'll look at these clouds. Look kind of cool, so we'll stop here for a few minutes and we'll look at the back side of these clouds. We'll stop in this rest area and see if we can point the car. Hopefully there's nothing blocking our viewpoint. It's getting dark, as you guys can see. Now I can finally see my headlights. Now the headlights are finally visible here. Let's see if there's a spot that I can back up into. Hold on, guys. Oh no, I have some trees blocking my view. I have trees and like 100 semis. They're taking a break from the rain, blocking the view here, and a bunch of lights. It's a nice little park here. Nice little rest stop. Pretty cool that they have these. Missouri has some, but I don't think they're quite this fancy. Where I'm from in Missouri, we have a few rest stops, but not like this. I might have a spot here to pull in. We can just, let's see here. Yeah, we can just, yeah, there we go. There's our storm clouds right there. We can look at some of these storm clouds here for we're gonna look at these for 5 or 10 minutes until it gets so dark we can't even see anything. And then we will get on our way. That storm is trying to rotate again, actually. Oh my goodness. Can we get east on it even? Can we even get east on this thing? Is it even worth doing this at nighttime? That's the question. We don't have a good highway to the east, guys. We have a good highway to the east if we go all the way down towards Tuscola, but there we go. That should be a good view of this thing. We got to go all the way down to Tuscola. It's trying to get which would put us away from the storm, obviously. So, let me look at the environment and see if this thing would even be worth going after. Worth chasing here. Maybe it would be, you never know. It didn't die, it kind of like shed it off that line. Dude, okay guys, I'm going to be honest here. The environment ahead of this thing is awful. There's a lot of cape. But that's it. The wind shear is like non-existent. It's not very good, so I don't think it's going to produce anything. And if it did, it'd be a very weak tornado and it'd be dark. So, yeah, the environment, though, honestly, I'm getting a little bit concerned about northwest Indiana, and I'm maybe thinking, no, maybe I should have stayed up there. It actually looks pretty solid right now. I just don't. No, never mind. Those storms aren't rooted. I'm going to check some chat here, guys. What's up, everybody? Elaine, let me look, Elaine. Sorry I missed that. Thanks for letting me know. Elaine, guys, shout out to Elaine with a very, 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 very generous $50 donation. Thank you so much, Elaine. That probably pays for my gas today for the whole day, probably. That's almost 2 tanks of gas. I'd say a tank of gas is around $30-ish. Well, out here in Illinois, a tank of gas is maybe 35, getting to 4. And, where I'm from, it's maybe 30. But thank you so much, Elaine. That really helps me out. I really appreciate that. Guys, why does it still say I'm in Joplin, Missouri? That is the problem that I'm going to have to get fixed. That's not good. It's not good. It still says I'm in Joplin, Missouri. I'm going to have to look into that tonight. Hopefully it's not a problem at home. Hopefully it's not a problem at home that I can't fix until I go back home. Because that's not good if it says I'm in Joplin, Missouri. Guys, thank you for joining the stream here. We were at over 100 likes. Seymour asked, worth the drive today? No. Not worth the drive. Just being quite honest. But you know what? That happens a lot. But there's only one way to actually see tornadoes, and that's to actually go out and do it. You actually got to go out and do it. So... no, I wouldn't say it was worth the drive. But, hey, everything happens for a reason. And I just try to make everything as fun as possible. So, today was obviously very disappointing from a storm perspective. But, I try to make it fun. I saw some of my buddies today. That was pretty cool. So, there's always something to look on. I try to look on the bright side. Even when things are kind of meh, you're better off looking on the bright side than you are just, sulking in sadness. That's a crazy term, sulking and sadness. I didn't even know I had the word sulk in my vocab. But someone tell me if I'm using that right. Doesn't sulk mean sad? I hope it doesn't mean something that I don't know, because then I'm using it wrong. But I'm not going to sulk. I'm going to be happy. Hey, if I stay in Illinois tonight, which it looks like I am, okay, now our storm is actually dying. So now the storm's actually dying. But guys, if I stay in Illinois tonight, I think that'll be my first time ever sleeping in Illinois. I've never actually stayed the night in Illinois. I've passed through Illinois, 4 or 5 times, but I never actually slept there. So that'd be, hey, that's kind of cool. I'd mark another state off the list, states that I've stayed in. Let's see. I've stayed in Indiana. I've stayed in Michigan. I've stayed in Wisconsin. I've stayed in Illinois after tonight. I've never stayed in Kentucky. I still got to mark... maybe I'll mark Kentucky off tomorrow, depending on what the storms do. But it's going to be rough. So, guys, let me brief you guys. Okay, I'm going to brief you guys on tomorrow here. Let me brief you guys on tomorrow what we're looking at, because it could be a big-time threat tomorrow. Yeah, guys, Elaine. Elaine is just awesome. There's not much else I can say. She's just an awesome member of the channel, moderator. Every now and again, she basically pays for my gas money for the day, which is pretty cool. Elaine is a huge W. There's a few other of you guys who are also extremely generous, and I do appreciate that. You guys really do make a difference for me. I'm trying to really build my brand right now, and I have a bunch of money saved up, and But anytime that I can make a little bit of money, or at least not lose a bunch of money storm chasing, it like really helps me be able to do this. And the more that I can the more that I can, let's say, not lose, then that means in the future, when I get a little bit bigger of a channel, that means I could maybe make this into something special here. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. Even you guys who sit in here and watch for hours at a time, like, even if you just come in for 10 minutes, comment, like, all that stuff. I mean, it all goes a long way. Appreciate everything, guys. So storms are kind of winding down here. Let me know in the chat, do you guys want me to stay in here? Do you guys want to stay in here and just hang out for a little bit? I'm going to brief you guys on tomorrow quick. But after I brief you guys on tomorrow, I can either go, or I can stay in here for a little bit and we can chill till I get to Effingham. I think I'm going to stay in Effingham. So none of you guys will be able to figure out exactly where in Effingham, but somewhere in Effingham. Tomorrow could be a big day, guys. It really could be. Tomorrow's going to be a dangerous day, isn't it? So here's what tomorrow might look like. Look at this. I want to show you guys this. If you can see here. So look at that. This is just one model. Okay, this it may not look like this at all. This is just one model, but look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 supercells. Sorry, guys. 7 supercells there. Look at this. Has a supercell firing out in Kentucky early in the day, and look at this, a big one up by, look at this, St. Louis gets like that would be like $1 billion hail disaster there in St. Louis. Look at that. That would be insane. And look, they just keep tracking all the way up towards like Lexington. That would be insane, guys, if that happened. For the sake of a lot of these areas, that are going to get hit hard, I hope it doesn't happen. But it's not looking. It's looking pretty potent right here. So. All right, guys, I'm going to keep driving. I'm going to keep driving here. I'm going to stay in the chat for a little bit, guys, because we're going to have some lightning or whatever. I'll stay in the chat for a little bit, guys, but but at some point as I get closer to where I'm going, I'm probably just going to end the stream. But for a little bit, I'll stay in the chat for a little bit. Maybe if we have a good little hangout going in the chat, maybe I'll stick around a little bit longer. We'll just have to see. I didn't get to yap enough today on my stream, so I'm very tired. I don't know if you guys could tell or not, but I mentioned this earlier. If you're in here, I told you guys I only had about 2 hours of sleep. See, I don't even know how much sleep I got last night. That's how tired I am. But only about 2 hours of sleep, guys, so I'm running on fumes. But here's the good news. Tomorrow's chase is only going to be like a couple hours away from where I'm staying. Maximum 3 hours away, but probably like a couple hours away, which means I'll have a chance to sleep for, like I said, I really am efficient when I get about 6.5, 7 hours of sleep. I think that's what my body likes. But I'm so tired I might sleep for 8 or 9. I never do that. So I might just sleep for 6 or 7, but I'm going to get some good sleep for 6 or 7 hours. But I don't know if this is how you guys are, or if it's just me, but I don't know, chat, my body has like kind of a schedule, and it's like it sleeps for 6 hours, and my body runs great on 6 hours of sleep. I don't really need any more. right? So some people like 8 hours of sleep. Like, for example, my girlfriend, guys, she likes to get her sleep. She likes to get 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep, and and if she doesn't, then the next day she's grumpy. But I mean, for me, like, I just need 6. And I know some people like that. Like my little brother, he'll just sleep. He'll just sleep like if he doesn't have anything to do on a Saturday, my little brother, he'll sleep till like noon. I just can't do, like, even if I didn't have work, or even if I didn't have to storm chase or any of that stuff, I would still wake up at like 8 a.m., 7 a.m. every morning. I know some people are just built different. They just sleep. That's not me, that's for sure. I don't sleep good. 120 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, everybody. 120 likes. Sleep is boring. 6 hours max. R&D. No, I like to sleep. Is that weird to say? I like to sleep. I feel like sleep is good. It like rejuvenates you. Obviously, if you sleep, but you have to have a balance here, because if you sleep for too long, if you sleep for too long, then I feel like it makes you lazier the next day. Am I right about that? If you sleep for too little, it makes you lazy because you get tired the next day. If you sleep for too long, you get lazy because you had too much sleep. But if you get that right amount, for me, it's about 6 hours. So usually 7 hours. Usually I'll go to, this is my ideal schedule is I go to bed at 1 a.m. I go to bed at 1 a.m. So I'm kind of a night owl. And then I'll wake up between 7 and 7:30 if I'm going to go to work. So if I want to go to work, if I'm going to go to work the next day, I'll wake up around 7 to 7:30. So I don't go to sleep till 1 a.m. and I still get my 6.5 hours. Obviously, if I'm storm chasing, then the schedule, obviously when I'm storm chasing, the schedule changes quite a bit. I'm getting up in 53. What? I'm getting up in years. Oh, 50. Okay, you're saying you're 53 years old. Yeah, guys. Well, that's the thing. I'm 20. So I'm 21 years old. So maybe as I get older, my sleep, or how I value sleep, or my sleep habits might change. I don't know, as I get older. But I'm in my early 20s, so obviously, I don't know. People say, you get old and stuff changes. I guess I'll find that out over the next couple decades or whatever. But yeah, or hopefully more than a couple. Hopefully over like the next, I don't know how long. But I'll figure that out, I'm sure. The car camping that I do as a 21-year-old, I might not be able to do that same car camping when I'm 35, 40, 50 years old. It would be pretty tough. I bet through most of my 30s, I bet you could car camp and get away with it. But once you get above 35, 40, maybe it starts getting rough. I know a lot of storm chasers who are in their 30s or 40s are like, man, when I was 25, I could make these long drives all throughout the night. And now they're like, I can't do it anymore. I got to get a hotel at like 10 o'clock and then wake up at, 5 or 6. If I can, so here's my thing. If I have a long drive, so let's say, for example, I had to drive 8 more hours to get to my target tomorrow. I don't, luckily, but let's say for example, I was having to target like Kansas tomorrow and I had an 8-hour drive. Well, what I would personally do is I would probably stick out the drive for another 4 or 5 hours. I'd get to like a hotel or something at like 2 in the morning, and then I'd sleep till 11 a.m., 10, 11 a.m., and then I'd finish out that drive from like noon to like 3 p.m. or whatever. That's what I personally am good at, staying up late, so I like to stay up late. Like I said, I'm a night owl. Some people, they might just want to get the hotel at 10 p.m. and then wake up at 6 a.m. and do the 6, 7 hour, 8 hour drive or whatever. So I guess it just depends on who you are, but I like to stay up late. If I'm trying to get home after a chase, I'd prefer to drive through the night, get home at like 3 in the morning, and get to sleep in my own bed, right? Instead of like having a car camp except for the other week, I was so tired, guys. I was coming up from the Houston area. I was so tired. I got to like Sherman, Texas. I got north of Dallas, or I think it's like Sherman is the town on the Red River. But I got north of Dallas, and I kid you not, I had about 4 hours to home. Instead of being able to push through that last 4 hours to home, I had to stop. I had to stop and sleep in my car. So I stop at like 9 p.m. Okay, like it just got dark, and I stop. I fall asleep in my car. I wake up, it's 2 in the morning. And then obviously I have a burst of energy. I just took a 5-hour power nap. So then from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. I finished my drive home. But I mean, I personally I don't like doing that. I would have much rather got home. I would have much rather got home at 12:30 and then, slept in my own bed. But I was just so tired that night. Here's what I'll say. If I do a long, late drive the night before, it usually means I can't do it the night after. So I can drive all night, no problem. But 2 nights in a row, that's where it gets rough. Now, every other night, I could do it. So if I was driving all night, so I drove all night last night, okay? So I didn't sleep. Like I said, I slept for 2 hours last night, and I drove all night. So I didn't sleep last night. So that means I would not be able to do the same thing tonight, if that makes sense. But then if I slept good tonight, I'd be able to do that kind of drive tomorrow night, and we might have to do that kind of drive tomorrow night because we might have to go from Kentucky to the Red River in Oklahoma, Texas. So it could be a long trek here. I need Connor to text me back here and tell me what he's doing hotel-wise so I can plan. I'm sure he'll let me know soon, though. Okay, we got some chat activity from R&D. Hugh J-Man. I'm not gonna say that. You almost got me. That's like that's what all the kids would put as their like Kahoot name in class. I don't know if you guys might be too old to know what Kahoot is, but it's like a game that kids in my generation would play in school. And the game Kahoot, kids would always make names that were kind of funny, but also inappropriate at the same time. But he says, I sleep 8 hours, my back hurts, 4 hours, and 5-hour energy. Yeah, so sometimes sleeping less is better. Simona says, my body wakes up at 9, my brain wakes up at 12. Isn't that all of us? Hey, Ben, how are you doing tonight? Says Amanda. Amanda, I'm doing great. A little bit bummed because we didn't really see what we wanted to on the storm chase, but I always try, like I said, guys, I always try to make a positive spin out of everything in life. Even the worst things in life, I try to find the positive. It's difficult, though, but I find that I like to be positive, and obviously I like to be around positive people. Your life just goes smoother. So, R&D says he'd love to sleep till 9. He just can't. Yeah. Can't fight sleepiness driving. I pull over and don't mess around. Yeah, Seymour, here's the thing. You can definitely fight it. I will fight it, but there comes to a point where it's like, okay, like, you got to understand, like, for me personally, what I have to understand is, like, okay, like, am I safe right now, right? That's what I have to think. We got a little storm off there to our west. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm gonna pan the camera straight. If there's a bunch of lightning over there, we'll pan it over there. But we might see some lightning on the right side of the screen. But like, if it gets to a point where, like, I think it's unsafe, like I can drive tired, you know, I can maybe drink an energy drink or something. But if it gets to the point where, like, I'm, like, starting to go over the rumble strip or, like, go across the line, when something like that happens, that's my cue, like, hey, you know, you're too tired. Or when I have to literally put on, like, rock music and, like, turn the air conditioning really cold, or, like, open the windows. When I have to do those kind of things, that means I'm too tired. So sometimes if I'm really close to home, like, I don't want to pull off and sleep when I'm, like, an hour away from home. So you know, I'll open the windows, I'll put on some loud music, I'll get some, like, I'll like, maybe slap my face. I've done that before, where, like, I get really tired and I start slapping my leg really hard, or, like, I literally start hitting myself, because to help myself. Like, I'll do that if I'm, like, an hour from home. But other than that, I just pull off and just play it safe. So yeah, Elaine, good to see you. Good to see you, Amanda. Good to see you, R&D. Good to see you, Simona. It's your dad's birthday. Can you please give him a happy birthday shout out, Ben? Happy birthday to Jerry Bama. Happy birthday, Jerry Bama. Jerry, I don't know how old you are, but I hope you're having a great day. And happy birthday. I think May is one of the best months to have a birthday, because it's getting warmer outside. Everything's turning green. The vibes are high. May is a great time to have a birthday. You got the birds are out there chirping. Everything's coming to life. April, May, I think that's the best. I got my birthday in late March, so essentially almost April, so it's kind of spring too. Any drink suggestions? Simona, what kind of drink are you looking for? Like, do you want to know what I would, like, drink? Like, if I were going to get a drink? I'm not going to talk alcohol, because, I mean, I don't really drink alcohol. I really don't. I try not to, ever. But what do you talk, like, just like refreshing beverages? What are we talking? What kind of drink are we talking about here? Energy drink suggestions. Oh, sorry, Simona, I didn't read that. I thought you just said drink suggestions. Okay, I see it now. I see that you said energy. That's my bad. Energy drink. All right. So if I want an energy drink, I have two go-tos. Okay, so there's an energy drink called Alani. Now, some people will say, oh, it's for, like, high school girls or whatever, or like, people say it's a girl drink. It's not a girl drink, okay? Like, it tastes good, okay? I like Alani. Alani's a good drink. They taste good. I really like the cherry slush. No sugar in there. No sugar, and I believe there's no food dye. So I believe I might have to double check this, but I believe there's no food dye. There's no, like, red 40 in there or yellow 6. I think it's just clear. And it's way better than Celsius, okay? It's way better than Celsius. Celsius is nasty. I'm sorry if you like Celsius. There might be a couple flavors of Celsius that are okay, that I would tolerate, but for the most part, I don't like Celsius. Other than Alani, I would go with a white monster, no sugar. I find those pretty good, and they give me a good boost of energy. You got a Bang. I'm not really a fan of Bang. I've never really tried it. I've tried a couple flavors. I'm sure they have a couple good ones out there, but I'm not really a fan of Bang. You have Rain. I think it's called, like, Rain Energy. I have some friends who really like Rain, so maybe I need to try it, because my friends all, you know, hype it up. But you have Rockstar Energy. I've never really tried that one. one, so I couldn't give an opinion on Rockstar Energy. And then you have Red Bull, of course. Red Bull, everyone knows Red Bull. Have mixed feelings about Red Bull. On the one hand, I actually don't think it tastes good. So I actually don't really like Red Bull. But I also say out of all the energy drinks, I feel like Red Bull gives me the biggest boost of energy. I feel like it has the most caffeine, so maybe that's actually a bad. That might be a negative. The whole point of drinking an energy drink is to get energy, but like, I don't know, if it has a lot of energy, maybe that's like over time. They all have a lot of energy, but I mean like even more energy, right? Maybe that's bad. Red Bull is a good one. Dr. Pepper, you like Dr. Pepper, Elaine? Elaine, I'm more of a Coke Zero. I like Dr. Pepper. Yeah, you know, if someone put a Dr. Pepper in front of me, I wouldn't be mad at all. But I'm more of a Coke Zero kind of guy, or maybe like I like Diet Mountain Dew. I try to, if I ever get soda, I try to get zero sugar in my soda, because seriously, sugar's already bad enough. Sugar's already bad enough for you. So whenever you put sugar in like liquid form into your body, that's horrible for you. A lot of people would be way healthier if they just cut out liquid sugar. Not even like sugar from like sweets or like whatever. Like just liquid sugar, like lemonade. A lot of lemonades will have sugar, you know, slushies, whatever, soda, energy drinks. Like a lot of people would be way better off cutting sugar out of, or liquid sugars, sugar in general, not like natural sugar like fruits, but like, I mean like processed sugar. But that liquid processed sugar is probably like the worst thing you can put in your body. So if I ever get soda, now I know like some of those diet sodas, they probably got some things wrong with them too. But I think at least, you know, you're not putting sugar in your body, so you can live with it, right? So, but I like Coke Zero. I like Diet Mountain Dew a lot. I used to really like this drink called Mellow Yellow, but I can never find a zero sugar version of it, so I don't drink it anymore. Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I've never tried that one. I don't know, it kind of sounds gross, but I'll take your word for it. Just water, yeah, Susan, water's another good option. I drink a lot of water because I just feel like whenever you drink water, you feel better. Your body's mostly a lot of water. So obviously, the more water you drink, the better you're gonna feel. The Booze Traveler, good to see ya, bro. For me, the Booze Traveler says, for me personally, I've tried all the energy drinks, and the Orange Rockstar probably tastes the best. Black and green can Monster, yeah, I like the white Monster and I like the red Monster. The black Monster, I think, is that's the original Monster. I really like the red. I think it's like I forget the flavor. The red is like I don't remember what flavor it is. Watermelon. Oh, it's like watermelon. I like the watermelon flavor of Monster. I think it's pretty good. Hey, Justin, how's it going? Great to see you in here. Your first bit of story. Well, the Booze Traveler, I'm not going to lie. There's not any storms really going on. We have some weak storms, but right now, the Booze Traveler, I am just getting in position to sleep for the night and to get to a hotel, probably a motel, whatever. I don't like spending money on a hotel. I could go for a motel though, but I'm definitely going to get some good sleep tonight. But I'm getting in position for tomorrow. Here, so guys, I'm probably going to wrap this up soon. I'm going to go for a little bit longer, don't worry. But just letting you guys know, probably the next 15 minutes here. So we can stay and chat for another 15 minutes, but then I'll probably wrap it up after that. hope everyone's having a good night, though. Hope everyone's having a great night here. I'm trying to keep the vibes up. I'm headed down towards the Effingham area to get in position for tomorrow. Alright guys, so I'm actually probably just gonna run the stream for another 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna run the stream for another 5 minutes, and then I'll get out of here. And we'll be live tomorrow. I don't know what time we'll be live tomorrow, but we'll be live tomorrow. So I want to maybe try. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think I should try to go live a little bit? Do you guys think I should try to go live a little bit earlier to maybe capture more of the audience? Because I feel like if I go live later in the day, even if I'm on a good storm, a lot of the audience is already watching, you know, their favorite streamer, right? So maybe I could crack into that audience. And, I don't know, I might go live a little earlier. Maybe not like noon, you know, like some people do, but I might go live like early after. You know, tomorrow we might actually have action earlier, so maybe I will go live at noon. I don't know. We might have action by the early afternoon, so... Guys, I'm sorry that my stream says I'm in Joplin, Missouri. I need to get that fixed. That's not good. I need to get that fixed. I don't know why it says I'm in Joplin, Missouri, but that's not ideal. Because tomorrow when there's a tornado on my stream and it says I'm in Joplin, Missouri, people are going to be like, what's going on? Is Joplin having a, you know? But, you know, that's, so I'm going to get that fixed. I don't know why it didn't update for me. Someone just flashed their brights up here. Does that mean that there's a cop up here? Is that what they're flashing their brights for? Alright guys, I'm going to pull off. Well, hopefully I got off on an exit where I can get back on easily, but I'm going to pull off here. And we're going to pull off and I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I can get back on easily. I'm going to pull off and I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, guys. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Let me check just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Guys, let me answer some questions last second here. Check to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm going to get that location fixed. Obviously, I'm not in Joplin, Missouri. So what's weird? Okay, so this is what's weird. So my temperature is correct. Okay, it says it's 77 degrees. And that's what the temperature is outside. So I don't know why my temperature is updating, but not my location. Because the same app that live updates my location also live updates my temperature. And to know the temperature, the app has to have my location. So I don't know why it's signaling in the temperature correctly, but not the live location. But I'm going to look into that tomorrow here. I'll look into that tomorrow. But let me look here. Hold on, guys. I'll give me a couple minutes and we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up. Okay, guys. Let me get my laptop. I had fun today, even though the chase didn't work out, you know what? I still had some fun, so that's all that matters. At some point, I have to see tornadoes. but for today, I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm going to answer a couple questions quick, guys. Elaine, yeah, I'll have some other people in here, Elaine, hopefully to pull the weight to the moderator job. Good night, R&D. All right, I'm going to answer one question here before we go ahead and shut this thing down. Astra says, Ben, what's the scariest situation you've been on a chase? Did it change the way that you chase today? Well, that's a great question. The scariest situation, I gotta think. I've been in a few. I've definitely been in a few. I've been in like so many that were scary that it's hard to come up with one here. I'm actually going to say a few weeks ago in Iowa was my scariest situation. I don't know if you guys remember that stream or not, but a few weeks ago in Iowa, I got very close to a tornado at nighttime, and the tornado had a... So obviously you guys know that tornadoes have like a funnel, and they have like a debris area. Sometimes the area of debris can be way wider than the funnel. So the tornado could look like a small little tornado, right? Based off the funnel. But the debris and the tornado wind might be much farther outside of that funnel. So there was a storm where like I could see the funnel, but I kind of started getting a bad feeling about like the debris area. So I had to turn around and book it out of there. And I wouldn't say it changes the way I chase. It just kind of reminds you, be cautious at nighttime especially. And anytime a storm has anytime you have a really big storm, you got to remember that big storms have big tornadoes. And big storms are big enough for multiple tornadoes or multiple circulations. So you just got to remember that. But on that note, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys tonight. We didn't quite get any good looks at any storms, but I appreciate all you guys. It looks like we had 11 new members, guys. I appreciate that so very much. Once we get those member counts up, I'm going to do members lives. So once we have a couple hundred channel members, maybe 200 or 300 channel members, I'm going to do members lives. And for just the members only, maybe I'll make a discussion post every morning telling you guys where I'm targeting. But appreciate everybody in here. Thank you. If you haven't yet, make sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel. And on that note,